On the subject of the casting, where are we sourcing this talent from? Are they local? Are they national, international? How do they come here?
It goes back to the world class. So sometimes we do auditions within New England once a year, but the majority are major Broadway or Hollywood stars. And so we have a casting agent, ARC is one of the biggest Broadway casting agents, and they select a few theaters, nonprofit theaters around the country. And so we're one of their kind of like legacy customers. And so we're fortunate that they take us on. They also do The Lion King around the world and other big shows, but they also cast Ogunquit. And so that's who we have calling a Tony Award winner, Beth Level, for Hello Dolly, or whatever movie stars. Kathleen Turner was on our stage a couple of years ago in A Little Night Music. So we have the top of the industry as far as representing us, calling them. And we go through lists of, we want this movie star, we want the Broadway star and that one.
Spent a few weeks in New York, actually.
And we're in New York
auditions.
casting them,
Yeah.
right? So we see hundreds of people every year, because if it's an ensemble or a chorus or a dancer track, we'll see hundreds and hundreds of people in the city. And then we go into callbacks, and you've got major stars from TV and Broadway walking in the room and wanting to be in that play. And this, I think also Ogunquit is special because, we've talked a lot about the heritage and the legacy of it, but it is a place that if you're in Broadway or in London, the theater nerds, even if they're the actors, even Kathleen Turner, we called and asked, are you interested in doing Little Night Music? Immediately it came back. I remember Rue McClanahan from the Golden Girls, and we were like, hey, it would be great if Rue McClanahan would do this. Do you know who the Golden Girls are?
I've heard of them, yes.
You've heard of them, but you haven't seen them?
I think my mom maybe watched some episodes back in the day.
Ouch.
She made me watch Golden Girls, Designing Women.
Yes.
All My Children,
Design. I'm All My Children's in there too. So, The Golden Girls is a fairly well-known television show. And in there was certainly Betty White, who was known for being on the stage. But I remember Rue was so excited that the Ogunquit Playhouse called her. My personal phone rang. And it was like, I'm not going to imitate Rue McClanahan's Southern accent.
Right.
But it was Mr. Kenney. This is Rue McClanahan. I just did it. I just imitated her. This is
You
Rue
did it.
McClanahan. And I'm at the parking lot at Hannaford. And I'm like...
Yep. And she came. Yep.
And she was here, and she was amazing. And I think it was the last theatrical thing she ever did. I didn't know she grew up in Summerstock as a kid.
Right.
She was a hoofer. And so we see hundreds and thousands every year. We probably see 1,000 people audition for our shows. And so each of these shows, like selecting, you saw the Temptations, we saw probably, 100 gentlemen to pick that core 5. And you think of how they sounded. That all had to happen in repeated callbacks in New York City.
Wow.
And then they've got about 10 days, Troy, to learn it here.
10 days.
That's it.
The whole thing.
That's crazy.
Every
Two-week rehearsal
word,
run.
stand on your cue, every dance move, every costume change, your wig is changed in 10 days. So this had better be a machine back here.
Oh my gosh.
The orchestra
that's
has
insane.
one day.
And then,
One day?
Yeah. Professionals
here's the
come in.
music. They are professionals.
Yeah.
And they're looking at their music. Not that they couldn't use more.
Right.
But
Wow.
Yeah. They have a band seating, and then a few hours later, there's a rehearsal with the cast.
And we premiere so many shows here. We are probably unique in Maine, I'm going to say, or in the Seacoast, that we actually do a formal, Broadway preview process. So if you're here during previews, come back. And what we'll do, you can, I step out and make a speech, and it is shorter. It's not opening night, I swear.
What's a long speech?
And so, but I tell them, we were in rehearsal today, and we're going to add more things to the show today. So you are literally the first to ever see this on stage. Are you guys excited? Yes, they are. And I tell them what they're doing. And I say the show might stop. You are part of our technical preview process. People are living it. They're taking photos. It's serious bragging rights. And then it opens later. And so they have 10 days, and then you've got that preview process. And then what Geof said is his team comes in at midnight every night. So we do the show until 11 o'clock. We have meetings in the back with a sea of big computer tables, designing all of this, all those projections you saw. And then Geof and his crew show up at midnight, and then they get their work orders for the next night, because then they go home. We go home. They work midnight to noon, and the actors are back on the deck at noon with a whole level of work that they've then added to the show. So the show progresses towards opening night. So the opening night is the first time we've seen the play in its entirety.
Whew, that's got to be nerve-wracking.
Not at this
I
point.
don't know.
Yeah.
There's another show tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And it is, as you said, it's live.
We
Yeah.
catch each other in the parking lot before the opening night, and just congratulations and happy opening.
Break a leg.
How many is this? It's I don't know. It's 100 and something productions we've done together now at this point, and but I think at that point we're we're so involved with the entire process that it's completed. We're now here, and we've gotten to the point that we know we can get it to, and now let's enjoy it.
And the actors and actresses, they stay in Ogunquit
Yep, we have to
throughout
house them all.
Wow.
So
We house almost all of our staff too.
yeah, almost all of our staff.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, some of the folks do year round.
Yeah,
Get to get the theater jobs, and they've like Geof purchased a house and
Sure.
got to do all that as a theater professional, which is a great thing to have
Yeah.
on the Seacoast. But the others we house. We own hotels, motels.
Yeah.
Hundreds are staying within us right now.
Do you guys give them any welcome packets with here's the things you should do on the Seacoast?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. They get a whole they get a whole
Our
basket.
company
and-
management team takes great care of them.
Nice.
They walk in and they have all their stuff already ready for them at that
and the
point, so.
businesses vie for their attention as well.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
whether it's the gym or the coffee place. So they have a special employee lanyard pass that gives them, they got like a QR code. They've got it down to us. And it's like, here's your discount. And the stores know them. So
Yeah,
they walk in, you can see there's a star standing in front
Right.
of you.
The
So-
housing actually is a huge part of how we're able to obtain the talent we do on the production side of things, because it's unaffordable to rent a place around here for any amount of time in the summertime. Like things go through the roof up here. In the wintertime, you can rent a 5-bedroom house for $1,000 a month, which my wife and I, who Cheryl is our resident
Can you
scenic
really?
resident scenic
I might need
charge
to
artist
do
here.
that.
Well, I used to go back and forth. We went back and forth between here and Orlando, Atlanta Shakespeare Theater, for about 5 years in the early 2000s, until Cheryl said, we're not going away from the Seacoast anymore. And I was like, okay, so I have to find work before I became full-time. And then we had no place to live, and there's no like apartments in this general area. There weren't back then. So we went and looked, and they were renting a 5-bedroom house for $1,000 on Short Sands. And I was like, this was the greatest
That's
winter we've ever had.
crazy.
So
I
we did it
remember
back
you
and
were right
forth
on the beach.
for a while. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
Like it's a ghost town. But the housing, being able to bring our staff here, like at our scene shop, which is off site, we have a shop house as well. So 5 or 6 of our employees are there. They can never be late to work. It's great. So they literally walk across the lawn and they're at work.
Right.
So,
And we provide it all. And
Yeah.
it's one of the highest expenses. The cost of labor is the highest here, whether it's staff, actors, crew, whoever it is. But the second is housing. We spend over $500,000 minimum. I think it's way, but we own a lot. So we have mortgages that we manage, but we have to rent a lot as well. There's never enough. We just actually purchased another compound in the past year.